Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Well, today in America, it has come to the point where you can torpedo someone's career and remain anonymous and never tell anyone who you are, even though you were accusing them of egregious things like sexual assault. And then you go a little further, and you find out that it wasn't really a sexual assault at all. That, my friends, is what happened to Aziz Ansari. He's a comedian actor, and he's got a new show out and everything on Netflix. And he's pretty popular in Hollywood and everything like that. But a woman who he went on a date with has put out an article through babe.net and an author, Kathy Way, who have said that she was raped. Well, let me go through some of what happened here. One, she went along with everything. She had the option to say no and didn't. She even admits it in the article that she kind of, didn't really say anything verbally about it, and that it was all body language, that he was supposed to read her mind. Okay. He gave her oral. He asked her to give him. She went ahead and reciprocated. Didn't say no. She went ahead and reciprocated. And there was a little bit of sex play here and there. They never had any kind of intercourse. And when she said she no longer wanted to do anything, he stopped. And they sat there on the couch for a little while. And yeah, he kind of wanted to do some more. He tried. Finally she said, no, I'm not interested. And that was it. He called her a cab, or called her an Uber when she was ready to go. And she went home. Now there's a few more details in there of, some of the sex play they did, some of the foreplay kind of stuff that happened and everything. But none of it was sexual assault. None of it was rape as she's claiming. So she's able to torpedo Aziz Ansari's career. Meanwhile, she doesn't have to take any of the heat. Even though she's claiming rape when even by her own account, rape did not occur. As was said by Banfield over on CNN, she willingly stayed there and did the things that she did. She had the option to go. He didn't hold her there against her will. She could have said no at any moment. She chose not to. And so now, since she had a bad date and a sexual experience that she wasn't happy with, because at the last, whatever point during it, she decided she didn't like it. And he did what you're supposed to as a man. Okay? When you're with a woman, and all of a sudden that woman decides, hey, I don't want to do that. You stop. He did. So, they're basically equating this guy who stopped when asked to stop to a man who would not take no for an answer and would rape a woman. Up to that point, he did not know. We are not mind readers, people. Yes, men are horny. We're dogs. We like sex. That's how it is. And so yeah, we're going to keep wanting and wanting until you tell us flat out no. That's how it works. That's what we're told to do. We're told to go and have, if we want to, fool around if the woman wants to. And when she says no, stop, period. Whether you're in the middle of the act or not. Yet, this person wants to sit there and basically tell people that, even if they stop, that's rape. No, it's not. If you do not say no, it is not rape. Unless they're holding you against your will. But this lady, Grace, as she's named in the article, had all the chances in the world to say no. And when she finally verbally said no, he's like, oh, okay. And he stopped. You can't just sit there and torpedo somebody's career like that. That ain't right. Especially if you're going to sit there and remain completely anonymous. That's bullshit. It ain't right. And I'm a huge supporter of the Me Too movement. I'm a huge supporter of women's rights. I'm a huge supporter of everything that's going on nowadays, giving women the power to speak up against terrible people that have done terrible things to them. But then you got a woman like this who sits there and says these things with no care in the world what it could do to this person's career, claiming he raped her, when if you read the freaking article, he didn't do any such thing. This is as bad as the video that went around YouTube and Facebook and stuff about a year or so ago, where this woman said whenever a man looked at a woman in a sexual manner, that was rape. No, it's not. Or in the same video where every time her brother, had sex with a woman, she was raped. Things like that was in that video. That's not how it works. Rape is an action. It is something they have done. It involves non-consensual sexual relations. And guess what? That didn't happen in this story. That's not what happened between Aziz Ansari and this Grace lady from Babe.net. It didn't happen. Her own admission in the article admits that he did not try to have sex with her, that he did not force her to do anything that she didn't want to do. It admits it explicitly in the email or in the article. So I have sympathy for this woman in the fact that maybe she had an experience that she didn't like. And I commend Mr. Ansari for taking no as an answer. When she said no, he said okay, and they stopped. Period. Now, some people on the left are going to sit there and be mad at me, and I don't give a damn. I really don't. This is getting out of hand. Completely out of hand. The fact that we have no belief in due process anymore is completely insane. I've reported on different people who have admitted to it, or people that are on trial for it. But then a lot of people have lost their jobs and everything they have over somebody making a claim. Whether or not that claim turns out to be factual or not. And I know we want to side on the air, we want to err on the side of caution and be there to support the people that claim that this stuff has happened to them. But at the same time, you cannot go torpedoing people's careers over false allegations or, misrepresentations of what happened. I don't know this guy. I've never watched a damn thing he's ever done on television. I don't keep up with that many celebrities. I just don't. But I know this is wrong. Many of you out there may not see this as wrong. Maybe it's like, well, he should have just known. Well, men don't work that way. I hate to break it to you. Men don't read minds unless maybe they're psychic. If that even exists. But at the end of the day, this woman is sitting there remaining anonymous, taking zero heat from what happened. I know that he's probably sitting there wishing she would, at least fess up that it's her. Because I'm sure he knows who it is. Because they exchanged text messages after the day after. And she told him that she was crying all the way home and da-da-da-da-da. Even though when she said no, he stopped. Now, I'm not one of these, menace kind of people or whatever. I'm not one of those people that just think, all women are lying when it comes to these kind of things. But I believe this is a bit of a stretch, people. It's a bit of a stretch to claim that somebody raped you when they didn't. Okay? Maybe wires got crossed. Lines got crossed. Maybe something happened that she didn't want to have happen, but she didn't say no and she didn't stop it from happening. She didn't tell him to not give her oral sex. She did not say no when he asked her to give him oral sex. And she didn't say no until the end. And by end, I mean, when she said no, he quit. So this is something we have to change in America. We've got to get back to due process, and we've got to get back to where a time where you can't torpedo somebody's career, remain anonymous, and lie about what happened. That shouldn't be allowed to happen. It ain't right. You know, I was never much into dating. It's not something I did. I met my wife when I was in high school, and she's the only woman I've been with my entire damn life. So that's just how I am. Of course, that's just how life is. I didn't get into the dating scene. And thank God I didn't, because now women would be claiming that I was molesting them after they consented to something. I mean, what next? You've got to get a release form from the woman before you have sex. Go get it notarized. Call a lawyer. What? What are you supposed to do now? If this is how it is, do we really need to go down that path? I saw a skit on SNL one time a good few years ago, and I thought it was hilarious. And now I find it to be, what's the word for it? Too accurate. It's unfortunate that this may have to be where we have to go. I mean, what do all dating men need to keep keep a notary on the available so they can always sign off and find somebody to sign off on a slip to prove that this woman wants to have sex? Do you have to go down to are you gonna have to go down to a courthouse to prove, oh, I consent? Come on, people. Have a little integrity. If someone tries to have sex with you and you say no, and they stop, that's not rape. That's not sexual assault. That's somebody trying to get laid. Grow up. Grow the fuck up. This is pathetic. This man's career could be toast. Could have just been nuked. And what do you give a damn? None. Because if you gave a damn, you wouldn't have put out a article misrepresenting what happened. She wouldn't be staying, and the supposed victim wouldn't be sitting there remaining anonymous. It's not fair. If you're going to make reports like this and allegations like this, then damn it, you should have to show your face. You should have to take some of the heat too. Especially when it's a falsehood. When it's a misrepresentation of what actually happened between you and this man. Now, many people are going to find this to be completely terrible. They're going to think this is a horrible response of mine, and I don't give a damn. Think what you want. But we've got to get back to sanity, and this is not sane. And I really don't know what else to say. I mean, how can you torpedo somebody's career with what appears to be very misleading statements, as well as remain anonymous? At least most of the other people I've seen that have come forward, legitimately come forward, showed their face, said, this is who I am, this is what this fucker did to me. And it makes it hard to believe anything you have to say when you remain anonymous. Because it makes it seem almost as if you don't want people to know who you are because you know you're lying. Or that you're misrepresenting what happened. And I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. But I suggest over at babe.net you do better research on what things are. A man asking you to have sex, or you not saying no to sex and continuing to do sexual things just because you think your body language or your mind has been read. That's not how it works. And guys out there, let me tell you right now, I suggest either getting it in writing or getting a firm yes or no at the beginning of the date. Like if you've met on some hookup site and you're thinking sex is in the picture, ask them very up front. Maybe not before you, but not, if it's just sex, right before you have sex anyway, at least get a hard yes or no. Don't sit there and let them later decide what it is. If you have to, get it in recording, on video. I don't care. You got to do something, or you're going to lose your careers. That's what's going to happen. Even if they did it willingly or not. Now, like I said, I'm a huge supporter of women's rights, women, and the Me Too movement. I am glad to see what's happening in Hollywood right now, where these perverts, some of the perverts are being brought down. But at least those women are showing their faces and their names and saying, "Hey, this person did this to me." And with Harvey Weinstein, he hasn't really come out and admitted it, but his silence kind of speaks volumes there. He hasn't really said much. He's kind of denied it at one point. But I do think we need to get back to due process. Sure, let these things come up, but I don't think people should lose their jobs unless it's found to be true. Or if they admit it. Like Kevin Spacey admitted it. He admitted he did these things with people. Anyhow, that's all I got for you. I'll see you down the road. Y'all have a great weekend. And I'll try to get you something out tomorrow on Sunday. Anyhow, y'all have a great day. See you down the road.